It began with a morning jog, and ended with a mystery that has haunted a small town for over 2 decades. A beloved schoolteacher vanishes, only to be found dead under chilling circumstances. Her body is intact. Her shoes are gone. And her final words, never explained. This is the unsolved case of Emily Holt. Nestled in the wooded hills of upstate New York is the town of Briar Ridge, a quiet, postcard-perfect community where crime rarely made the front page, until one morning in October 1998. Emily Holt, 28 years old, was known to everyone in town. She taught 2nd grade at Briar Ridge Elementary. She volunteered at the library. She jogged the same forest trail every morning before school. And on October 17th, she didn't show up. Calls went unanswered. Her car was still in the driveway. Her home was locked. And by mid-afternoon, a group of hikers stumbled on something no one in Briar Ridge was prepared for. Emily's body lying face down in the dirt. Her hands tucked neatly beneath her. Her beige coat folded beside her. But her shoes were gone. And they have never been found. The initial investigation yielded more questions than answers. There were no signs of a struggle. No visible wounds. No evidence of sexual assault. Toxicology came back clean. The autopsy ruled her death as cardiac arrest, but the coroner added that it was highly unusual for someone her age and health, and without any known conditions to die like that. It was as if someone had staged the scene, placed her body intentionally, and that made police suspicious. The trail was immediately closed off. The FBI was consulted, but the case remained under local jurisdiction. There was one possible lead. A neighbor reported seeing a black SUV parked near Emily's house the night before. Engine running. Lights off. But by the time police followed up, it was long gone. Detectives began reconstructing Emily's final 24 hours. She had dinner with her colleague and friend Claire Jensen around 7 p.m. at a local diner. Claire later recalled that Emily seemed off. She kept looking over her shoulder, barely touched her food, and mentioned, almost in a whisper, "I think someone's following me." At 9:32 p.m., Emily called her mother. The call lasted 97 seconds. She reportedly said just one sentence, "I think I've made a mistake. I'll explain soon." That was the last time anyone heard from her. As detectives combed through town records and past missing person reports, they found an eerie parallel. 6 years earlier, in 1992, Megan Carlisle, a 26-year-old nurse, disappeared while hiking the same trail. Her body was never found. But Megan, too, had told friends she believed someone was following her. The connection was chilling enough to reopen the Carlisle file, and that's when a name surfaced. Darren Cole, a quiet, well-liked volunteer paramedic who had briefly assisted Megan after a minor car accident weeks before her disappearance. As it turned out, Darren was also a regular donor at Emily's school fundraisers. He had no record. No known link to Emily, except proximity. When questioned, he claimed he barely knew her and hadn't visited Briar Ridge in months. He was cooperative. Too calm. There was no physical evidence tying him to the scene. No phone records. No eyewitnesses. Police had to let him go. Weeks later, he moved out of state. The town of Briar Ridge fell into quiet despair. Emily's parents moved away within the year. Claire Jensen resigned from teaching. Locals avoided the trail for years. Some still refused to go near it. Lead investigator Frank DeMarco, now retired, once said in an interview, "This one still wakes me up at night. Nothing felt random. Whoever did this knew her, knew the town, and wanted to leave a message. That message may have finally come. 17 years later." In 2015, an unmarked envelope arrived at the Briar Ridge Police Department. Inside, a photograph of a pair of women's running shoes, placed neatly on a moss-covered rock in the forest. And one line typed on old yellowing paper. She wasn't the first. She won't be the last. No fingerprints. No traceable postage. No metadata on the image. The case was reopened. Investigators re-examined Darren Cole, but he had since passed away from natural causes 2 years prior. His home, belongings, and computers yielded nothing unusual. The mystery deepened, and then went cold again. What really happened to Emily Holt? Was her death the work of a serial offender who knew how to stay invisible? Why was there no violence, only precision? And what did she mean when she told her mother, "I made a mistake"? To this day the case remains unsolved. No one has been charged. And Emily's shoes, like the truth, have never been found. This is the Crime Watch, because some stories refuse to stay buried.